what were some of those markers that are like, I really want to get back to Anderson?
Yeah, I think that started the day I left here. I just knew I was coming back at some point. Didn't know when, but knew that this was the place that I wanted to be back at. And as I was going through just the process of, applying for it, the interview process, there was, just so much excitement, and I just want to get down here. Right now I'm, still sitting up at home in Michigan, trying to plan, trying to prep. My family and I are really excited to come down to Anderson, Indiana, and be back at what feels like home.
So how do you kind of navigate that faith into athletics intersection, and what are ways that you really challenge the team spiritually, and at the same time, go ahead and knock this guy's block off,
Yes, without a doubt.
Yeah.
There's definitely a both, and it is an interesting dynamic and tension to live in. I think some people can do it really well. It's a hard thing to do, also. But the faith piece is a big part of why I came here as a student and why I want to be here as a coach. That's why I coach, is to be able to live out that, and I absolutely feel it as a calling, as a ministry, and in a lot of ways. We as coaches get to pastor these kids, on our team. And so, there's not just the physical development and growth, there's the mental and emotional development and growth that we try to get out of these guys, and the spiritual development and growth that we try to get out of them as well, too. And so all of those aspects, are important. If I have to rank them, I think these guys' spiritual development is going to be the number one priority. But we're going to go out and we're going to win football games, and we're going to develop these guys that way, too. And so, the approach that we take, I think the cool thing about AU, that this doesn't just go for football, it goes for the whole university. I believe everybody's, welcome here, and, you don't have to be, a follower of Christ necessarily to be here. Obviously, we want people that are to be able to grow deeper in their faith, but we also want to be a school and a program that is a place for non-believers, for those that are young in their faith, for those that just don't know, to be able to come in and, get a great education, play football, and learn about Jesus. 2 Sundays ago in training camp, one of our linebackers, Jacob Simpson, he got baptized and gave his life to Christ, and that was awesome. And we had 3 of those guys do that last year on the team, and my hope is we have a lot more of that. And so it's really cool when we get to see the fruit of some of those moments, and we don't always get to see that. Sometimes it's laying those initial seeds and or watering them, and maybe down the line we'll get to see kind of what happens from that. But for those guys that are strong in their faith, we want to develop them, and we want to help disciple them and just get them deeper and closer with their relationship with God. And for those guys that don't, just try to, kind of lay that foundation. We've talked this year, we've used, kind of some of the stories from, King David in the Bible of, describing some ways that we want to, live men after God's own heart. And as you look at David's life, you see different things out of him. You see kind of the maybe more what you could assume is the mild-mannered shepherd boy that plays the harp and, is worshiping God. But he's also the guy that goes out and kills a giant and kills all these Philistines. And he's the same man of God, whether he's singing worship songs or whether he's out there on the battlefield. And so we're trying to help these guys become that person that God's called them to be, regardless of whether they're taking somebody's head off or, helping a teammate out.
I love that. Well, what a great, testament to, purpose and meaning of what, really we're all doing here, but especially you with the football program. And to just harken back to what you said, AU, I think, really is distinctive in that we are going to be about Jesus, and we're going to be about growing Christian men and women. But the students that we get in, they're at all facets of their faith, whether it maybe all the way down to not really knowing that at all in their life, to being strong and recognizing how we can interact, intentionally with wherever. What's kind of the dreams and hopes for the program?
Talking about one of the big theme for this year, and it'll be moving forward too, is developing these guys to be champions on the field, in the classroom, to help set them up to be a champion in their whatever field they want to go into, job wise afterwards, in their personal life and relationships, just helping them be as a person, and hopefully down the road that's to be a great father, to be a great husband, to be a great leader, community member, and then to develop spiritually. And so, the big picture, those are the goals. We see those guys, graduate with their degree and get the jobs that they want to get, and lead a successful career path. Man, that's a win. Our goal each game is we want to win this game and find a way to win this game and come up with a plan to be able to do that. And I never sit at the beginning of a season and say, all right, here's the record I want. I want to be 7-3 because no, I don't want to lose 3 games. Like I want to go into every game saying we want to be able to win this game, and we're going to have games that are going to be more challenging than others, but that's got to be the mentality, going into from a big picture standpoint. We want to have a championship caliber program, and that takes having championship level standards every single day. And so it's not just building a team that can win a ring at the end of the season for winning the HCAC. It's building a team that's going to year after year being able to compete for championships because we do things that championship teams do.
And the stadium project is so big, but there's promise of something new, great, better in the future. And that not only for football, but for lacrosse, track and field, other sports that are impacted by this. How is this important, to you and the athletes and really the university as a whole, that we're having this kind of attention to detail for Mockholtz?
But I am really excited, hopefully in 2025 to be back here, in Mockholtz in the new version of Mockholtz Stadium. But to be able to have a facility that we're really excited about and really proud of. And man, there's been so much history that's happened out at this current Mockholtz Stadium. Lots of championship seasons, being played on that field. Lots of last second victories, heartbreaking defeats, everything in between on that turf. In front of that stadium. And, it's been great to us. And we talk a lot about the legacy here of our football program. And we want to continue to add to that. I think that this project offers a lot of people an opportunity to add their legacy into here's what's coming next, for the future of the football, the track, the lacrosse program. But also, it's not just about one team or 3 teams. It's about the entire community because, I think every Saturday, you'll see a lot more than just family and friends out there. You're going to see people from all over campus out there. You're going to see people from the town of Anderson and the community out there supporting the guys on the field, but also creating community and creating connection in the stands and creating memories as well too. But also I think just the entire game day atmosphere and environment is just going to continue to grow. As we have some of these things on. So really looking forward to that. And as we too talk about growing our program to a championship level standard. You could loop the facilities into that as well too. Having championship level facilities, I think, show everybody, our guys, our recruits, our fans, our entire community, everybody sees it that, hey, we're serious about this, and this is going to be at a championship level in everything that we do.
Because again, it's impacting our sports. But if you even think about if you were a non-athlete, like, did you ever have an experience at Mockholtz, whether it was watching a team or was there a cab event or an intramural championship game? Like, it's just such a physical space pillar of our institution. So, we're very excited to get with it, and we do ask for the help of our alumni network and friends to see this through to greatness and future fun in that historic stadium. It's been around since 1977. So